Today, we're going underground. Literally. We're going to explore an exhibition that uncovers the dark, criminal reality behind one of history's most ambitious architectural projects, Mythos, Germania. So, picture this. You're in Berlin's bustling Gesundbrunnen subway station. People are rushing everywhere. Trains are coming and going. But over on a landing, tucked between some stairs, there's this totally ordinary-looking green door. Most people don't even notice it. But behind that door, well, that's where our story begins. If you were to open that door, you'd find yourself heading down 39 steps. Not into another subway line, but into these hidden, intermediate levels of the station that were basically forgotten for decades. You're not just walking down a staircase, you're literally stepping back in time. Okay, so what is this history that's been buried for so long? It's the story of a mind-boggling plan to tear down and completely rebuild Berlin into a gigantic mega city, a monument to Nazi power, that was to be called Welthauptstadt Germania. And look, this wasn't just some pipe dream. This was a very real, concrete building plan. Hitler's go-to architect, Albert Speer, was put in charge of the whole thing. His mission? To transform Berlin into the undisputed, awe-inspiring capital of the world. And the plans, they were just staggering. We're talking about buildings on a scale that's hard to even wrap your head around. Massive avenues designed to dwarf anything that existed. And it was all for one reason: to scream the absolute power and supposed 1,000-year permanence of the Nazi regime to the world. This quote from the exhibition just nails it. The new Berlin was never, ever about creating a good place for people to live. Its real job was to be a giant stage, a physical backdrop for the regime to show off. To really give you a feel for this incredible scale, the centerpiece of the whole exhibition is this huge architectural model of Germania. You might have seen it. It was actually made for the 2004 movie Downfall. And seeing it in person, you finally get just how audacious, how insane these plans really were. But this is where the story takes a sharp and, frankly, a very dark turn. Because what this exhibition argues so powerfully is that you simply cannot separate the magnificent architectural vision from the criminal acts it took to make it happen. They weren't just related, they were two sides of the exact same coin. This really gets to the heart of it. On one side, you have the vision, right? The grand models, the clean blueprints, this gleaming symbol of power. But on the other side, you have the crime. And the exhibition makes it crystal clear that the two were totally, completely linked. That dream could not exist without the nightmare. So what crimes are we talking about? Well, it basically boils down to three things. First, kicking tens of thousands of ordinary people out of their homes to clear huge areas for construction. Second, the deportation of the city's Jewish citizens, a process Albert Speer himself helped speed up so he could get their empty apartments for other Germans. And third, the massive, systematic use of forced labor, using concentration camp prisoners to quarry stone and bake bricks for these new buildings. And the exhibition doesn't just tell you this stuff, it shows you. It uses actual physical artifacts to draw a straight, undeniable line from the gleaming vision of Germania right to the human suffering that it was built on. This is how they do it, and it's brilliant. They deconstruct the myth piece by piece. You'll see, for example, an elegant lamppost designed by Speer for Germania's grand avenues. And then you learn it was made by forced laborers. You see artifacts dug up from a concentration camp quarry, and you suddenly understand the horrifying human cost of every single block of stone. It makes it real. So it begs the question, right? Why is an exhibition like this, hidden away in a subway station, so important today? Well, it's because it's all about the act of deliberately unearthing a history that some people might be more comfortable leaving buried. You know, the location isn't an accident. It's a powerful metaphor. By taking you underground, the exhibition is making you confront a history that is both literally and figuratively just beneath the surface of the modern city. It's a story you have to actively go looking for to bring it into the light. And the people doing this incredible work are a non-profit group called Berliner Unterwelten, or Berlin Underworlds. Their whole mission is to dig into this stuff, to expose the criminal consequences behind the architecture and to tear down the myths. And what's amazing? The exhibition is cared for entirely by volunteers. People who are just dedicated to making sure this story is never, ever forgotten. So really, when you get right down to it, this isn't just a history lesson. It's an argument. It's a powerful statement that remembering and confronting the darkest parts of our past is an active choice we all have to make. And that kind of leaves us with one final big question. The story of Germania was hidden in plain sight in these forgotten rooms of a busy subway station. It really makes you wonder, what other stories, what other histories are out there lying dormant in our own communities, just waiting for someone to find them right beneath our feet?